What's up, everyone? You're tuning in to part 1 of this week's episode with Henry AZ. The conversation was just way too crazy. Jordan was going nuts on his takes, so we had to keep it going. So thank you for tuning in to this week. This is part 1 of All Bass No Treble with Henry AZ. What's up? This is Brandon Donahue, and you're listening to the All Bass No Treble podcast, where we talk all things hip-hop, culture, music, lifestyle, and more. So kick back and join myself and my co-host as we feature our next special guest this week. What up, fam? You can now tune in to this week's episode of All Bass No Treble. As always, I am your host, Brandon Donahue. To my right, Jesus Wolf Rangel. Jordan Dante in the building, as always. And our guest this week is Henry AZ in the building. We appreciate you.
What's going on,
Appreciate
everybody?
you, Brody.
Thanks for coming down,
for
bro.
having me, man.
I'm excited
Appreciate
for this, man.
Definitely.
Massachusetts is in the building.
Yes, sir. A lot of it,
So both of y'all from Boston, huh?
Yeah?
Man.
Yeah, he's actually from Cape.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know dude until out here.
Oh, shit.
It's true. Yeah, we
Not
connected
at all.
through rolling.
Just through Row.
And my boy actually, he lived in Springfield, Mass for a while too.
Oh,
So
what?
we were.
You lived in Springfield?
Well, Worcester, excuse me.
Worcester?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I said
dope.
Springfield for
Oh,
no
yeah.
reason. He lived in Worcester, so Western Mass was where we recorded a lot of music for like outside of the Cape, Eastern Massachusetts. We was over on the Western Worcester, so
No, that's
a
fine.
lot of Massachusetts in the building right now.
But
That's
there's a
the real
lot of
problem.
Mass
I
artists
see.
out here. I bumped into Stiz the other night at that party.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he rolls with
Oh,
a
yeah,
whole
he's from
gang of
Boston too,
508.
right?
Yeah, he's Boston.
Yeah.
He's what part of Boston is he from? Fuck, I forget. But he's Boston.
He from
Boston.
Roxbury or something, right? Yeah,
Is it Roxbury?
something like that.
Yeah.
He cool to man.
I know he be snapping.
Yeah,
he do. Yeah,
Stiz
you
nice,
actually
bro.
introduced me to Stiz not too long
He's
ago.
cool
I
as
was
fuck.
off the mushrooms when I met
Yeah.
Stiz. I feel bad because we did not connect the way that I wanted us to, like being
Yeah.
two Massachusetts artists and just like we both make good music. I was in a different dimension. I'm sorry, cousin Stiz. I'm sorry.
Bro, Mass is coming up though.
I like
We're
that.
doing it.
It's true.
That's how
It's starting to
Ohio
happen
is.
finally. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, bro, I'm excited, man, because this is dope. Like I said, we're both from the same place, but I really haven't gotten into like know you really or your story and how you got here, and it's kind of crazy from what I know, just wise. So
and where we're from is like
Yeah.
a lot of people. It's a lot of different sides to where we're from.
bro,
People think it's just
so
this place
different.
where you know
Yeah.
what I mean, vacations or whatever.
That's
this
what
or
we
that.
talked about last time on Ro's
Crazy.
episode. It's like you say you're from Cape, everyone assumes you got money or your life was good. It's like, bro, the way you vacation there is different than how I live
If I
there.
could tell you, it's the exact opposite
Bro,
of the spectrum for most people.
the
like,
exact opposite, bro. The exact.
Never been.
It's crazy.
it's
Wait,
crazy.
So
It's crazy.
Cape is like a huge vacationing spot in
So,
the East Coast? Or
yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering the same
Yeah,
thing.
Cape-
but like,
In a nutshell, real quick, so we run through it quickly. Cape
Yeah.
is like it's a man-made island, it's a peninsula for
Yeah.
shipping routes,
okay.
right? So then Cape Cod is made up of a bunch of small towns.
Got it.
No,
okay.
like cities, like smaller towns. Like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
city technically would be Barnstable, Hyannis
Yep.
area, because that's where the mall is and shit like that.
Got it.
But it's smaller communities and towns made up, and it's a big beach community. When you get down to Lower Cape, Lower Cape, it's literally you're surrounded by water. It's all mom and pop shops. They don't do fast food chains really. Like it's very local.
In the summer, it's really refreshing. Like I can't even lie to you.
it's
very
bro. You go
refreshing.
out there, the air is crisp. It's clean. You know what I mean? It's very white,
Sound like
but.
It is very white. Hey, a lot of vineyard vines.
Yeah.
A lot of vineyard vines
yeah.
going around. Sperry,
Patagonia.
vineyard vines,
Yeah.
Patagonia. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
like that. That's that
A
boat.
lot of Chads on
Man.
vacation.
And there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that because
Nothing wrong with
it's a
that.
lot of tourism, a lot of money. But then in the winter, on the flip side of everything that we had just mentioned,
It's different.
it's the heroin
Yeah.
hot spot of the United States.
Yeah, at one point
Ohio,
we were like,
too.
at one point we were up there.
I
for-
feel like
we got a documentary, bro.
Bro,
Yeah, I was about
the
to say there was a
documentary is crazy.
documentary a
Bro,
couple
pizza
years ago.
delivery guys were carrying like pens on them for like, because they'd always
Yeah, the
show up to
Narcan.
motherfuckers.
They were carrying Narcan with them. I remember that.
because so many like heroin, they would order pizzas and shit, food, forget that they would show up and dude would be on the ground like OD, and they would fucking literally the
Shit is
delivery
fucked up.
drivers, bro.
What?
It's crazy.
They do not get paid enough for that. Let me tell you.
It was nuts, bro.
Hey, Luke,
it was
can you
nuts.
do me a favor? I got
Because
food that's about to
it's
be
so damn,
Thank
bro.
you.
It's so damn depressing there in the winter. There ain't shit to do. It's dark. It's cold. There ain't no nightlife for like kids when you're not 21,
Yeah.
bro. Nothing.
I mean,
so
when you're not
it's a
21,
lot of drug addiction and alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I've been drinking since fucking 12
because there's nothing else to do.
because there's nothing
12?
else to do, bro. Yeah,
Damn,
sorry,
yeah,
Pam.
12.
That's what I was gonna say.
You
Is like
apologize to Pamela on this.
Yeah.
it got rough over
Yo,
the
she-
past few years, bro. Like over the past few years, things have stopped like being available.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there was a lot of different basketball courts that I played at growing up, and I would play with my friends. I would
Yeah.
play with strangers. It didn't matter. You'd play. You had something to do.
Yeah.
And I actually had an entire sect or like a group of friends that skated instead.
Yep.
And that's what they did, and I played basketball.
Yeah.
And there came a point in time, I should say, where neither of us could go do what we wanted to do. They shut down the skate park because there was too much weed smoking and white kid shit. It's like there wasn't trapping going on. There wasn't nothing real deal going on over there.
Yeah.
But because it's a white town in Cape Cod, in the summer, they're going to shut that shit down.
Yep.
And so now all the skaters are out of their activity, like basically wandering up to no good because they have no choice.
You have no, what are you supposed to do?
Now you got all these basketball players. Their shit gets shut down because people are smoking blunts, leaving them on the court. Kind of like, I wouldn't say disrespecting the court, but not treating it in a way that like, it was some touristy shit, to be honest with you. It's like if you was a tourist and you went to a location and then just kind of left your shit behind on the beach, like whatever. It's disrespectful, but it's not, a reason to shut down somebody's facet for staying off of the streets or not doing drugs or whatever. So there was a large period in time when me and all of my friends were like, fucked. Like we were just smoking weed. Like, what do we do?
So
for
you're
real.
telling me that during the summer, they would close, or like for a period of time, they had these things closed. Obviously, there's nothing to do during the summer. And then comes wintertime, there's also nothing to do.
There's less to do in the winter. You can't go outside in the winter.
It's brick fucking cold, dog.
degrees.
You don't do shit in the wintertime. It's hard. It's like it's a perfect, like what you said, analogy. Like it's the exact opposite of what everyone thinks about how it is. Like they think vacation spot, and it is for 3 months, but that other fucking 9 is treacherous. It's just different. And it's not. I'm not saying it's like the slums or no. It's not. It's not like the hood.
I try and tell that to people.
You can leave your door unlocked out there, bro. Like I'm from a very small town called Wellfleet. Like it is safe.
It depends where you are, but
it depends where you are for the most part, though. But there's still the people's initial reaction to when you tell them from there. They already have like a taste for their mouth, and like you know what I mean. They like already put an assumption on who you are based off of I'm from Cape. Like I said that one time and someone's like, "Oh, you got money." I'm like, exact opposite, bro. Fuck you. Like my mother worked 3 jobs just to, you know what I mean? Like it's the exact opposite. Especially in the wintertime, there's no work.
Yeah.
There's no fucking work. Everything's seasonal. Everything's seasonal.
Now.
There's no work now, bro. Like it's restaurants and shit like that, bro.
Appreciate you.
So I got a question for y'all then. Since you both are in LA and you're both from Mass, but you said it was like obviously it's the complete opposite of everybody saying it's like this great town, you know? But didn't that mold you into what you are now?
Yeah, it's kind of like no matter where you're from, it definitely has some shape of mold to you, but also it's all circumstantial. Like we could be from the same area but live completely different lives. True. Completely, you know what I mean? Be around completely different people. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm very thankful for how my mother brought me up. You know what I mean?
Same.
Like she made sure like I knew that fucking little old Wellfleet in Cape Cod wasn't the real world. Like I went to cities in Connecticut, shit like that. Like she made sure I knew what was up. But some people have never left that island, bro. Like I know some people that have never left their towns, bro.
Same.
And you know what I mean? And like AZ, like bro, back in the day when you were trying to be a rapper from Cape, people just hated on you, bro. It wasn't love, it was hate constantly. Like, well, you trying to be a rapper? You're from Cape, like, because I'm gonna be like, bro. When me and Ro were trying this shit at 14, you know how much people talk shit and this and that. Like, look at it now, bro. Look at dude now with Juicy J. Shit, like
I swear that's
like,
how
that's a big fuck you. That like that's the biggest fuck you can do.
But it's also it's not too late.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Do you know what I mean? It's also it's not too late because I understand because we've been in that position to be like, there's nothing to do but hate on somebody who's doing better than me. I know what that feeling is like, so I don't hold that grudge against people who originally counted me out. It's not a cool thing to do. Like that's almost corny to do to me.
Facts. Actually, that's a good point.
So for me, like I look at this whole thing like I explain this shit to people like my biggest fan base to this day. I actually want everybody in this room to guess real quick because y'all know I'm from Massachusetts. You know what I mean? I live in LA. I get around a little bit. I do shows here and there. I do whatever. Where do you think my biggest fan base is from streaming? We're just talking streaming. Who's listening to my music the most?
I know it's not Massachusetts.
I was going to say Massachusetts.
No, it's not Massachusetts. I was going to say, I'm just trying to relate it to Rose.
They're in the top 10. Massachusetts is in the top 10.
Yep. I'm going to say something random.
Actually,
like,
maybe even top 5, but like 7-ish.
I'm going to give 3. I'm going to give 3. Yeah, I was going to say one's going to be overseas, like
Portugal. Ooh. You mentioned Portugal in a song.
You did. You have said that.
My guy did his research.
Yeah, I was literally about to fucking say that.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say Texas.
It's Chicago.
I was gonna. Fuck, that was my fucking answer, dog. Shit. I was gonna say Chicago.
Texas is number 2.
Yeah, because that's similar to Rose. That's similar to Rose number, bro. It's like Chicago and Texas.
I don't know what it is, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I want to say it on air here. I've had analogies and I've had theories about why that is, and I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know if I want to give up sauce. Or if I don't know if I want to offend people because I could do both.
Okay. You know I mean, it's up to you, bro. Like I said,
I don't know if I want to, but I do know for a fact, statistics don't lie. Men lie, women lie. Numbers do not lie.
It's up to you, bro. We could offend people on this show. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I honestly think the reason that people in Chicago specifically gravitate towards my style of music is because they're fucking sick of the drill shit.
Sick of drill.
And it's a lot of white people. People think Chicago is a predominantly like African American or black place to live.
It's actually not.
It's not.
Chicago?
Not
it's
at
really
all.
not.
I mean,
I was surprised.
It's a lot of college kids.
Well, it's also surrounded by a lot of suburbs. Like people say they're from Chicago,
Definitely.
but it's surrounded by like a lot of suburb towns.
And people don't really get that.
Yeah.
And so I had those two theories of like, it's a lot of white kids, it's a lot of college kids, and it's a lot of people that only hear drill and trap music and need something different.
Facts. That makes sense.
That's my
to me.
analogy, and I don't want to offend people, but it's more so.
Offensive.
I think it was more the demographic.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh no.
I mean, you kind of just brought aware, or you know what I'm saying?
It's the truth, and I'm giving sauce away for any artist listening to this.
It's actually really true.
Your biggest fan base is not where you are from.
Nope.
Your biggest fan is somebody who has no idea who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
They're in love with the idea of you.
Facts.
And, going back to what you were saying about like Chicago having a lot of suburbs, like I feel like in your music, a lot of the topics that you touch about, I feel like those are like suburb problems, right? They're not like inner city problems where,
It's a mix. It's a perfect mix, actually.
Yeah.
That's the way I like to explain it because I can say with confidence I've experienced poverty.
Yeah.
And that's like a different level of being poor. You know what I mean? Like being poor, I know a lot of kids who grew up poor. I know a lot of people who are still poor. I experienced poverty with my mother, and my father was middle class. But they got divorced by the time I was 6 years old.
Yeah, so you were
So I got to see two different sides, but I wasn't really living with my dad like that. I wasn't really like, I was never as close with my dad as I was with my mom for a number of different reasons. But my mother and I stuck together. Yeah. So when she moved, I moved. And we moved, 7 times before I was out of high school, 6 times before I was out of high school, a lot.
Yeah.
And eventually I was just like, this is what a lot of people go through. And I'm looking at my dad, who's been in the same crib for 12 years.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
That's crazy.
I got another family, another kid, another everything.
Wow.
Good for him. You know what I mean? I'm not mad. I have no, I think I used to have some grudge. I used to feel some type of way.
I think that's part of growing up, though. I think becoming a man and shit is you stop holding the grudge and just realize that it's a completely different person than you.
Yeah.
And it's like just because you are his son.
I love my dad.
Like who knows what he was dealing with?
He's a drummer.
Oh,
he's part of the reason I am who I am. He was in a band for a really long time, and I got to see him perform when I was young. And it definitely rubbed off on me, in a big way. But we had rocky moments in our relationship. We had a very rough relationship for a while. But regardless, I love my dad, other family, same family, whatever. But me and my mom, that's my rock. So,
facts. I feel you. I'm the same way with my mother.
That shit is
100%.
That poverty shit is weird, bro.
Yeah,
it's weird to explain because people think poor is like poverty almost. Like
no, I think poverty's the next level.
It's a whole different.
Yeah,
it's
like
next level.
I was sleeping and I had snakes actually in my crib.
Damn.
Like you could. This is a true story. My refrigerator was on the first floor, and I slept in the basement just on like a fucking mattress on the ground. And if you wanted to go to the fridge, you had to be careful and watch your feet because underneath the refrigerator, there were snakes under there. They had like burrowed their way in through the outside of our crib because we lived in the middle of the woods, like the only house in the middle of the woods. It looked like, you know how people outside, like their big ass nice cribs have garbage sheds, like where they just put their garbage in a shed.
Yeah,
that's what my house was.
Damn.
But in the woods, basically.
Were you on Cape?
Yeah.
Where?
This was in Sandwich, Massachusetts.
You were in Sandwich?
This was in Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And I have so many friends that will vouch to just like showing up, picking me up from my house and just being like, bro, like you really lived out there, bro, like on some shit.
Yeah.
And there were snakes in my house and there were squirrels in my attic. Like I never got to see the squirrels, but there were multiple occasions where I would go get water or something from the fridge and there would be a snake halfway out from under my shit. And I'd just be like, this is how I live.
Yeah. But it definitely formed you to who you are now. Like without that, you might not be Henry AZ.
No,
like,
wait,
real
man.
talk. Like if you had a different upbringing,
in
it
the
might not have
best
shaped
and the
you.
worst ways,
Yeah.
dude. Like there's so many ways that I'm fucked up from like just not living like that. Like that was one piece of the puzzle, but I don't communicate with my fans like I want to. I don't be on social media like I want to. I don't do a lot of things the way that I would prefer to do them if I had it my way, because of trauma and because of things that have happened to me that make me act or behave a certain way.
I got a different take on that because I think you might not be on there constantly, but I think when you do post or what you are posting, your fans are super appreciative because you touch base on things like depression and anxiety and letting kids know that this shit is everyday regular and like they're not alone. You talk about it a lot in your music actually, which I feel like is dope, which a lot of people need to touch base on, like how normal anxiety and depression is, and not, you know what I mean, not to feel like
mental
outcasted.
health is everything, bro.
Exactly,
it's everything
for real.
People don't really understand
for real
the
because you be
depth of it.
What one of your freestyles, bro, you didn't like, because you do like the kind of, you sit in like the back seat of the cars and do like the freestyle sometimes. One of them, but you snapped on, bro. I'm trying to think of what beat it was, that way you would know. Did you do one to Feel It in the Air instrumental?
I did.
It's that one. It's that one. That shit was crazy, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I got it. Have you seen that? I have to show y'all that shit, because I remember, because Ro like was like, yeah, have you heard of Henry Z? And it's like, I never told you, like I never met dude until out here. I'm like, bro, no. He's like, he's from Cape. I'm like, what? So I looked him up, and then I was like, literally I watched that shit, gave me goosebumps, bro. I'm like, damn, dude is different. Dude is different. Like that's bars. It's hip hop. Like
I'm always down to watch some freestyles.
Oh yeah, that shit's hard as hell. That shit's hard as fuck. And it's important, and I think it's dope that because you, like you said, even like in hip hop nowadays, like, bro, I'm all about the turn up. I'm all about having fun. Like sometimes you need that energy, but sometimes also you need to let these kids know like what it is. You know what I mean? Especially when you're, influential and people are looking at you. You know what I mean?
You gotta have a good balance out here.
Yeah, facts.
Everybody else is capping.
Yeah.
So how did your music journey start?
Yeah, we gotta get into that. I'm interested in that.
Obviously, your dad being a drummer and how he influenced you, but
yeah, that's like. That was how my musical interest started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like my musical interest started from seeing it in person, and from being aware of what it means to be an artist.
Yeah.
More than anything, like what it means is to create something original is a one of one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of rappers. It's only a handful of artists right now.
Very true.
So
101.
It's a one-on-one thing for me. But for me to start creating my process, that's where we would start to shout out people like Luke.
Yep.
Because that's where it's like I really was truly and only a freestyle artist. And I appreciate you recognizing my freestyles. That's something that I love to bring up because it brought me where I'm at today. But I was solely a freestyle artist.
And it's hard to break that mold, bro. It's so fucking hard to be an ill freestylist. Bro, look at even Dog Cassidy had that one album, but that was it. Bro, he's just bars. Cassidy's just bars, bro.
Cassidy's bars, but he definitely had more than one album.
And that's the thing is that
name a hit.
You're right though. You're 100% right.
Name a hit.
Name a hit?
Name a hit after that one album that he had.
Okay, I was going to say after that one album, never mind.
After that one album, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I was going to name a couple hits from that album.
I ain't knocking Cassidy. He's the GOAT, but he's the all-time.
That's the one with Hotel?
He's the GOAT.
The one with Hotel?
He's a GOAT freestyler, bro.
The one with Hotel? He's the GOAT, but are you talking about the one with Hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, Cassidy versus Cassidy was a classic.
Okay, yes, that has some that has some bangers on it too. But I'm just saying, even for him, he did it. But look how hard hard it is to maintain that level.
I mean, okay,
to break that mold, it's hard, bro.
All right, so to beat you at that, what about Meek Mill?
Yeah, I was about to say Meek Mill.
Same person.
Meek Mill broke that mold though. Meek Mill can make hits. Yeah,
but no, it's hard to break that mold because you
Rick Ross
too. Yeah.
Freestyle.
Yeah.
Gucci at one point, right? Gucci kind of
backpedal. Because y'all said Meek Mill. Y'all said Meek Mill. I said the reason he broke the mold is because of Rick Ross. That's what I'm saying. Respect to Meek Mill. I think he would have broke the mold either way, but MMG is exactly the reason why.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Is the reason why anybody would be moving to that next. Juicy J is the reason that breaking the mold was 75% easier for me. Nobody can do everything for you.
Yeah, no.
It's not
No.
possible. No cosign can just fucking get you. It can get you in the door, but it can't get you where you want to be. And that's
agree.
where people like Luke are so important, because Juicy gave me the cosign before I even knew Luke.
Yeah.
I already had the cosign.
Yeah.
But it did not mean I knew how to create music. I knew how to freestyle.
Yep.
Facts.
Juicy J was like, this kid can rap his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right, I can.
Yes.
But what can we do with this?
Yeah, yeah, that's
You
it's
know what I
different,
mean?
bro.
I
It's
flew
different.
out there. We, to give the fans the answers that I know they're going to be asking in the questions. I posted a freestyle one day. World Star picked that shit up. No, I did not pay for it. They just picked that shit up.
Word.
Juicy J saw that shit. He followed me. He DM'd me about I'm not going to say a week. 2 weeks later, I flew out to Los Angeles and we made a song together. That song is called Think That Way. It's on all platforms right now. That's the first song we ever recorded together.
Hard.
And we both kind of like acknowledged the fact that I was dope and he had a lot that he could offer me, but that I had a lot to do to grow as an artist.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge to
Rapping
say,
is
bro.
like
That's fire though.
easy
Yeah.
for me, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a very humble individual, and rapping for me is easy. Like, throw
Yeah.
on a beat, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But artistry is super, super different,
Super
bro. Like,
different,
Mac
bro.
Miller was the prime example of
Yeah.
like why a lot of these rappers will never even scrape the beginning of his legacy, the surface of it. They'll never
Yeah.
even like.
I've
You
always
just made him so happy.
I've always
But I
said,
preach it, dog. I really do, man.
I've
Like,
always said
he-
that about Mac Miller. I feel like that
Mac
when
is
he
fire.
started off, like rapping over the mixtapes and stuff, and then when he started progressing towards like his albums, I feel like that's when he was really becoming the artist, right? Like
Yeah,
Definitely.
facts.
watching movies with
Definitely.
the sound off was like when I heard that, I was
crazy.
just like, this is his vision, and then it's finally getting put together.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
as the albums went through, I
Yeah.
was just like, Mac Miller is.
And the production was so much for that, and that's
Yeah.
why I said Luke's name so many times already in this interview. Is just like my sound is 100% a freestyle sound that has been polished into something
That's
that the
actually
mainstream
fire.
can
Yeah.
receive.
Yeah, actually, I hear that.
And that's him. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's
That's
dope.
not me. I
That's
can't
dope.
just sit there and I can't just rap a freestyle and drop it on Spotify and
Yeah.
expect to do the numbers that I'm doing right now.
No. No,
I
it's
can't
different.
do it.
And
like
that's
that.
the thing. That's the thing about having a team. People don't understand
literally
how
gonna
important
say.
that is. An engineer, producer, like, bro, producer ain't just someone that sends you a beat and says get on it. Like, they help you make that sound,
Yeah.
bro. That is what a producer is supposed to do. Like, it's not them just sending you a beat. That's a beat maker. A
Right.
producer is literally supposed to help mold you and create a sound that can be just perfect in
Yep.
a way. You know what I mean? Nothing's perfect, but when you hear it, you're like, wow, I would have never done that if you didn't say that.
true.
And that
Okay.
shit sounds gas.
Very
And then mixing and engineering is completely different too.
Producers make it from a song to a record.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
a great way of putting
Because
it.
it's like, they put all the extra little spices, the mixing. They're the coach behind the
A
whole
mix
song.
can change that whole shit too,
Yeah.
bro.
The
It's-
whole
people don't know
shit.
how to like. There's so many moving parts, and that's dope. That's dope. You got Luke riding with you too, because it's like it's important to have that in your corner, 100%.
Need that, bro. If I
Yeah.
didn't, it would just be like basically asking, hopefully just asking Juicy J, can I borrow your engineer?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hopefully he can piece something together in a way that works for me. But Luke's a genius, man.
Yeah.
He make my shit sound the way that it does. And in a matter of 2 years, we went from that kid can freestyle to damn, he number 7 on the charts to
Yeah.
watch what the fuck I do next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asking
Hard.
for a friend. Everyone go stream it.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Asking for
It's
a friend
dope.
out now on all platforms. Executively produced by myself, Juicy J, and Luke. And we got a lot of shit on the way.
Yeah, that
right
one
now,
with
man.
Juicy's a banger on that one.
Thank you, bro.
That last one, yeah. But my favorite one's can't think of the name of it. The one with that chick on it.
Watch it burn.
Yes, bro. That's see, that's the difference right there. Even when I listened to that, I said, "Oh, he tapped into something different on this."
For sure.
Because you have that muddled like sound on your voice.
Yeah, yeah,
Where you
yeah.
sing at first, and then you come in with the hard, and I'm like,
That was
oh,
the first song we
shit's
made on the
fire.
project. Actually, that was the first shit that we made, and that
Bro,
like
that song's
unlocked the
different.
doors.
See, that's a record. That ain't just a rap song.
True.
Like, that's a
Yeah.
record. You know what I mean? The sound of it, the details in it are fire.
Appreciate that.
That's so
Shout out
important.
Rich Gaines. That's the
Yeah.
producer who produced that right there. Is Rich Gaines. He's done a lot for my career so far. So shout out Rich.
That's
Hey,
dope.
man, that's important about having a real complete project. Like I always tell them about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to an album, yeah, you can have some rap music, But if you can sing and you can have some type of shit, even interludes, bro. That's why Kanye used to have the crazy albums. And, you know what I mean? Like, and really piece that story together. So having that complete album is hella important.
And that's
personally to me, at least.
And that's what I noticed on the project you just dropped. You know, kind of just listening to your older stuff. You know, there was, like you said, there was more rapping, and then now in this one, like, you can still hear the lyricism, but like you said, it's polished. You got the singing, you got a little more melodic, and I feel like the records now. There was one song in there where I heard this kind of like pop punk influence, and I was just like,
oh yeah, the first one, Out by 9, right?
Yeah.
On the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is dope.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you noticing that, because I definitely I want to stop identifying as a rapper, and I want to just start calling myself an artist.
I don't think anyone's a rapper.
Yeah, I don't think
anymore.
anybody's a rapper
I think everyone's an
anymore.
artist.
I disagree.
I think there's some rappers,
So who's
right?
a rapper?
But like,
He be trying to sing.
Trying.
Keyword try.
Hey,
And look, I'm not hating. Cut that shit out, because I'm not even hating. But listen to me when I'm saying this right now. There is a distinct difference between rappers and artists. The people that are afraid to stretch a boundary because it's working for them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality.
That's right.
You're a fucking rapper. And don't tell me otherwise, because you are spitting bars on different beats, but practically saying the same shit. Kid Cudi's a fucking artist.
I agree.
True.
Yeah.
Well, that mean,
Do you know what I'm saying? There's no question about that.
Probably one of the top artists.
Like another example, even Juicy J is an artist to me because of the fact that
100%.
his production not only is a top 5 in the game, but the way that he has changed his, like, man, who went from 3 6 Mafia to doing a song with Katy Perry?
Yeah,
That's true.
I was gonna say
he can touch anything.
Juicy
can
look,
get on
I used to
anything.
love Juicy, bro. High school, and that's when he really changed. Like 2011, when Rubber Band Business came out. And that was my favorite, bro. And ever since he started, when he got with Taylor Gang, you feel me? That's when me.
He'd dap you up if he heard you say that.
Trust me, bro. That's when I was really fucking with Juicy.
Yeah,
J,
no,
heavy
Juicy
back-
on that OG
back in the-
pioneer shit in it, bro.
It's
like,
a
for
cult
real.
that
Come on.
that still rocks with that man. I,
Yeah,
like
no,
I
100%.
tell people all the time, yeah, I'm signed to Jay. You know what I mean? Don't look at me. Like it's different with somebody who, like, you know, he's an Oscar award winning artist.
Damn, that's true.
You know what I mean? He's been doing this shit for 25 plus years, and then
Which
you look
that in
at
itself is crazy.
incredible.
The
The longevity is
to be in
incredible.
this
Bro,
game
he
for
revamped.
fucking 8.
Look at the beats in the past 3 years though.
Oh, no,
the Meg
that's
Thee
the thing.
Stallion shit,
Yeah, that's
all
another
the shit
thing.
that he's been doing production wise has almost been as impressive.
And that's the thing, he's low key with it. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like Juicy J is
he
low
older
key.
now.
Yeah, but he just got
He don't need
bangers
to flex it.
everywhere.
Yeah, he
no,
don't need to.
Don't need him.
No.
He
Bro,
already
listen,
did.
like I said, after he revamped, bro, started dropping Rubber Band Business with the lean. That's when the lean came back. And like real talk, that's when everybody
Honestly,
started
on an artist
drop.
level, just on rap shit, it's kind of like him and 2 Chainz, bro. 2 Chainz completely reinvented and like had this
Revamped.
a whole nother career almost. But like Juicy can produce and do that and all.
Yeah.
But it's like after 3 6 Mafia, like he's on a record with
Shit.
Katy Perry. Like, bro, that's
Two Chainz
does
is
that?
perfect example.
I feel like 2
And he
Chainz
made
kind
the
of did
record
the same
too.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
not like they were just
Juicy
Juicy
got
is a
bars,
business
yeah.
move. We're gonna throw you on
What
there.
was
It's
that song
like,
called? Because I remember I heard
Dark
that.
Horse.
I
Yeah.
heard that everywhere.
You know how many
Yeah.
that shit got like 3 billion on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
bro.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
Crazy as fuck.
And what was that like? So so you just drop a freestyle, right? Like no intentions on this shit. Goes on World Star. Juicy J is now in your DMs telling you to fly out. Like, it's kind of crazy because that really doesn't happen. Like that's kind of like 1 in a million. I feel like with nowadays, it's like it's not.
This is a true story, and I'm breaking it here. It took about 2 months before I responded.
Damn.
Wow.
And the reason for that was it wasn't Juicy J that reached out to me.
Okay.
Manager.
It was the manager that
Yeah,
reached out
because they
to
don't
me.
run their pages.
And so and it wasn't Juicy J. He didn't reach out on Juicy J's page. He reached out through his own personal page, and this was somebody who actually went on to, after I signed my deal, managed me for a little bit. They're not with me anymore, but
Okay.
he just reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, Taylor Gang wants business with you. Hey, Taylor Gang wants business with you." He was persistent. And this was when my freestyle was going viral. So my fucking DMs were nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they were not what they are now, but like for what I was, they were fucking nuts.
Yeah, did this like literally, is it one of those kind of not overnight things, but like literally from just this one freestyle dropping to your whole life kind of changing?
Yeah, like some of my favorite athletes followed me off.
That's
that
crazy,
shit.
bro.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like that was great for me.
Yeah.
And then I was just not like the words weren't registering. It was like almost like a dyslexic moment where I was like, Taylor Gang wants business. Is this a clothing company? Like, what is this?
Thought it was spam.
And it's some dude who's got 1,100 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
What year was this?
2018.
Okay.
2018.
Not too long ago.
No, this wasn't that long ago. And after a while, I just sent him my phone number.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, stop DMing me, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I actually was just like, maybe it is, but Wiz don't follow me on Instagram. Juicy J don't follow me on Instagram. And like, Juicy J isn't what I connect with Taylor Gang. I think of Wiz.
Yeah. Oh, full facts.
You know what I mean? So it was just like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on really. I was 18.
Yeah.
So I just sent the dude my phone number. I'm in New York at this time. And I just get a phone call. It's a 3-way call. And Juicy J is on the call with that same dude.
Oh, wow. So they're showing you straight up right now.
Yeah,
like
just like on the line with him, because I didn't believe the dude. I was like, why am I giving you my number? All this different shit. He's like, just trust me. Like, just answer the call when it calls.
Yeah.
And so Juicy J's on there. I spoke to him, man, you hard, you know what I'm saying? I want to fly you out to Los Angeles, just see what we can work out. You know what I mean? He didn't mention nothing about a deal because he's very cordial and professional.
Yeah.
Hard.
But the day that I got out there, we made a record, and I just knew I wanted to sign with him.
That's fire, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That's
honestly.
dope.
That's rare.
Amazing.
That's kind of like one of those stories that like, it's kind of like mind-blowing. You know
It is.
I mean?
It definitely is mind-blowing, and it still is like I'll have moments where I'll be in the studio just like high as fuck, like listening to a record get made by Juicy J before it comes out, and then I just be like, I'm signed to Juicy J. Like, it gets real for a second, you know? And some days it's totally not. Some days I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't
That's
give
a good
fuck.
thing, bro. You gotta reflect. You gotta reflect
Yeah,
back on your
sometimes
journey.
and I think that's the best part when it hits you like that too. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, wait, what?
No
the
drugs, no
fuck,
alcohol,
bro? Like,
no, it's just a
Yeah.
real rush of like, wow, I'm here in this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
because you
cool.
get lost in it. Because all of a sudden it's like, boom, okay, I'm on LA. Like, let's go. It's
Let's
game
go.
time.
It's time to
like,
work.
work. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it kind of takes you. You sit back for a second, like you say, you said, Juicy J giving me
Man,
bangers
that's
right
what
now.
I'm saying.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Juicy
Like,
J telling me my shit's the hardest out. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's not what everybody else saying, but thanks, man. Like,
I fuck with you.
that's crazy, bro. That's nuts, man.
That's hard, bro.
For sure, and it's been cool to
From Cape too. Like
Yeah,
that's,
man.
I don't think it's just different, bro. It, like I said, it ain't a city. Like it ain't like you come out with like some credit, like, oh, he's Chicago. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, that's why it's like to make it from where we're is almost in a way kind of harder because it's like you don't get that like credit off it.
Shout out Siobhan Magnus.
Shout out.
Hey, man.
Anybody know who that is?
No.
Siobhan Magnus was she was like before Megan Trainor, because you know Megan
yeah,
Trainor
yeah.
came off Nantucket or
Chatham.
Oh, she
yeah.
was from the Cape.
Yeah.
So Megan Trainor is technically the biggest artist to ever come off of Cape Cod, if you want to like be
technically. Yeah.
But Siobhan Magnus was the one who like originated that whole like, hey, this is possible shit. And excuse me for hitting the mic, but she was on American Idol in like 2010, 2009.
Oh shit! I think I know what you're talking about,
and
bro.
she made it to the top like 3, and she was just a girl from like Barnstable.
Yeah, I remember that because like bro, Cape's so small. It was like you just heard talk. Like,
Everyone was like tuning in to watch it.
Like,
I was watching that.
Yeah,
I was
remember
excited
now,
about
bro.
it.
Yes,
and I had like mutual friends with her and all kinds of shit, and it was just like, if I'm being real, shout out Siobhan Magnus, because you actually like proved that shit was real before anybody proved that shit was real.
That is true. Bro. I remember that was a minute. When was that? What year was
when
that?
American Idol mattered?
Yeah, so what? 2009.
Probably like 2000. Yeah, no. I don't think it mattered after 10 or nothing.
Yeah. Nope.
I was gonna say this too. Like I know you guys kind of said like coming out of a small town, people hate. Like you're trying to be a rapper. Trust me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that in Columbus too. I'm not
It's
a rapper,
gonna be
but I
like that.
see it.
It's gonna be like that anywhere.
All right,
bro.
so I got a question for you. Do you guys think that there's only like a couple major cities? Obviously, you got Atlanta, you got Chicago,
Yeah.
you got kind of Miami-ish,
Mm.
and then you got LA.
Not anymore. Y'all go. I'm gonna elaborate. Trust me, I'll give my 15 minutes. Y'all go ahead.
I'm gonna say no.
You gonna say no?
No.
Any other cities?
Yeah, because like
Houston,
because we have there's a lot like
Texas,
I said, bro.
Houston,
like,
Texas for sure. Houston got like a sound and like a, you know what I mean? Like I'm from Houston.
I
I
think
think
I
about
want to see what
Houston.
bro says.
I think they got that.
I want to see what you was gonna say.
Dallas too.
The
yeah.
internet.
The internet.
The internet. I
That's
mean,
true.
Canada.
That's true. The internet definitely
Canada.
helped out a lot.
Elaborate.
The internet is just
Toronto?
I mean, yes, you can get super technical about the internet that you live in certain bubbles depending on the algorithm you're in. But at the end of the day, the internet's the internet, right? Everybody has access to the internet, whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in LA, whether you're in Atlanta. There is a
Facts.
central place that you can come to for music, for news, or whatever
Yep.
it is, right? So it's like, that's why, like, it doesn't really matter, I feel, where you're coming from now, because we see artists from all over the place kind of like popping up on the radar.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I see it.
I feel like it's just new though.
I was gonna say I want to hear what you have to say. I agree with what you said, but I do think that
You want some more?
there was something that he said, like it's hubs. It's hubs
Yeah.
for cities that are popping. Like Atlanta
sir.
right now
Yeah.
has been shining so hard that like if you
Been
don't put
shining,
them
though.
at the top of the list, it's like you're disrespecting them.
No, Atlanta's hot.
But
It's hot
at the
Atlanta.
same time, you left Detroit right off that list.
Oh, I
didn't even
wasn't
say-
ready.
you didn't even say nothing about Detroit.
Detroit.
I had trust
That's
me.
right.
I got,
You
I
know
got
what I'm
some
saying?
hubs.
We're Rio the Young OG on your list.
And
Where
Babyface
all
Ray.
these exactly where all these real like trapping ass Detroit dudes. You know,
Detroit got a movement.
it's a lot of movements going on, and another one that's really made waves, at least in my ear, is the San Antonio, Texas one.
How we leave New York?
I was gonna
off?
say who's coming from there.
Rich Greedy Mafia, that's my boy.
Rich Greedy.
Rich Greedy Mafia.
I haven't tuned in.
name
That's my
sounds
dog.
like-
He's
Check it
cool,
out.
man. And
Yeah.
it's all about that kind of like, it's that street shit, but in a way that like they really are representing being an essay. It's all about
wow.
you know, because you know Peso and Sauce Walker and you know the
Yeah,
whole
of
TSF movement and all that.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a you know, it's almost like they're gang, like they got love for one another. But I really like what Rich Greedy Mafia is doing, because it's a whole different sound to me. It's a whole different. Nobody's really done it in the way that they have. So I have a lot of respect for them, kind of not riding what's hot.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
San
yeah, yeah.
Antonio, Detroit, it's a lot of different cities that I see popping up. And even Boston right now. Shout out Boston. We got Bia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got a
Going
hit with Russ that went
crazy.
fucking insane.
Bia went crazy
And
with
honestly,
that.
her shit
Her shit
that's
been
not
hard.
with Russ is
Yeah.
going stupid. Let me
Yeah.
not just hype up the big shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, Bia's hard.
Hey, Bia
bro.
Bing popping,
Bia
bro.
hard.
Cousin Stiz has been consistent
Stiz.
for a decade now.
Millie's.
I'm not just saying that. Millie's is hotter than he's ever been. His
Bro, Millie's is
freestyles are
hard.
going
Y'all heard
retarded
Millie's?
right now.
He's hard.
I mean,
It's a
bro,
hard white boy, bro.
Roland actually is one of the more consistent artists from Massachusetts, if you ask me, and I'll tell that to anybody, because at the end of the day, people hit slumps. Roland hits slumps. I hit slumps. Every artist hits slumps. But he's one of those artists, very much like me, and I'm just learning this, to be vulnerable about those and actually turn those into music and not
Yep.
be afraid to drop it. So
Facts.
he's one of the most consistent and actually one of the better artists from Massachusetts right now, even if he's not one of the bigger artists. We got a lot of people coming out of the East Coast.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your answer now.
Okay. All right. So the reason I brought it up is literally what you said and what you said, because you got to think, before the internet, there was hubs.
Yeah.
Like you said, Atlanta at the top. They've been at the top. They've been
No,
at the top
facts.
since Gucci,
For
and
sure.
Jeezy, probably since 03.
Yeah.
And then, but I said Miami because you got to think of Ross. I'm thinking of decade artists,
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
deep artists.
Yeah.
Thinking of like
You left New York off that list, though.
I mean,
which
yeah,
is
I did.
definitely had a yeah.
New York too, because
New
they
York
had
for
50 and they had when 50 first came out. Obviously.
This might be my
I mean,
hot
even
take
gr-
about New York, though, but continue.
Okay. All right. So the reason yours is very relevant is because you said the internet.
Yep.
Because now all these other hubs are popping up. Detroit, because I'll be fucking with Detroit Babyface Ray. That's the only thing I've been telling them to listen to all week.
Babyface
is because
is
that shit
nice.
he's been going
Nah,
crazy.
come on, you know that new Cole came out. And
That's all he want to listen to is Cole. But
Come on, dog.
you got GT, all them coming from Detroit. You got
No, that new
people coming-
Kodak's fire too.
That Kodak's
crazy.
That Florida, that Broadwood.
Yeah. No,
you know
Florida
what I'm
got
saying?
it too. Yeah.
They had some Space Ghost Perp first of all, and then they got Smoke Perp now. They got all them. It's just like now you can see so
Yeah.
many different hubs and people literally coming up.
Yeah.
Facts.
And kind of, this is kind of random, but kind of the take on a person that really freestyled and then had his own way would determine his music? XXX.
Juice WRLD.
Oh man, bro, I can't.
And Juice WRLD.
I get into it a lot of times with people just because like I'm not.
Bro, X is
There's certain
crazy.
things you can do for me to like make you stop listening to music, right? Like XXX was a young boy, so like, yeah, he was doing some dumb shit for sure, but you could see the growth in him,
Bro,
and
his
the
music was-
realization. Even like, cause Cole touched base on it too, and was
Yeah.
like, that young man was figuring it out. You know what I mean? And
He's
like,
20.
bro, his music,
It's
I
crazy.
think, bro, I think he
Crazy.
was gonna go down. I mean, still now it's timeless. I think those two albums are timeless. What is it? 17 and what's the other
question
one?
mark.
The question mark one? Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
So
bro,
I like
different.
that. I like how you say it's like legendary. Okay.
In a way, bro, it is, because I just didn't hear a sound like that, dog. And he was doing that shit where he was doing one takes, and it was like a 30-second type shit. But
Going
he
crazy.
was just, the way he talked about in the interview, he was like, you know what I mean? I felt like that creation in that given moment. I didn't feel like I need to polish it. Like, that's just what I felt, and that's different.
I think that's why, as coming from like a freestyle background, you can go in the booth and
Yeah.
freestyle. Like, it's coming from. I feel like at that point it's really coming from the heart, right? Because if you go and you start writing things down, you can kind of go start second guessing yourself, and it's like, all right, let me just edit this shit. So it's like when you go from the top, it's just like it's really what you're thinking at that exact moment. And it could be unfiltered, right? You don't have to filter yourself at that moment.
So I got a question for you, Henry.
Let me say something before you ask.
Go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
Remember your question.
Go ahead.
If X didn't die, he would be bigger than Drake.
No.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yep.
No. He just had the kids.
Whoa.
I'll give you that.
You're
But
wrong.
the kid,
He had
bro.
the kids.
You're wrong.
The youth, bro.
Listen. Do you make music?
X would be bigger than
You don't
Drake?
make music? Okay, so
Yeah?
Let's
first
see it.
off, X broke the global Spotify chart record for most streams in a single day. Drake did
Okay.
not do that. That's not a little kid number. Little kids be on YouTube or on, SoundCloud or
Maybe
whatever.
on Spotify too. though.
That's cool. They might be on their parents' Spotify too. But you know who else is on Spotify are Drake listeners.
That's true.
facts.
And so I'm telling you, at the age of 20 when he died, having broken that
20,
record
bro.
already, we could argue about it all day, but the trajectory is undeniably like a LeBron versus Michael Jordan situation. We would have to compare stats at the end of the day. That's how
Alright.
close that shit would be.
What song was it that broke that record? Was it?
I'm actually not. I'm really being honest, not
Yeah.
sure.
I had to be
But I
Moonlight.
know for a
It's probably
fact he
It had to
broke
be
that
Moon-
record.
So
It had to be Moonlight.
Probably.
okay,
Yeah.
so you think it would be?
I mean, DaBaby got more monthly listeners than Drake.
I don't think
right
he would
now.
be
I just
better
on
than Drake.
Spotify.
I don't think he would be
like
more
DaBaby.
versatile. I don't think he would be. I just think he would be a higher selling, more record breaking.
I don't think he would. For my reason is the amount of female listeners Drake gets.
Agreed.
Because X has them and he's gonna get them for sure. But Drake is global, like everywhere. People that don't even.
Does Drake
you know
have a
what I
cult
mean?
to you?
Yes.
A cult?
Yes.
Hell, he's right there. He's literally right there. This is like.
Do you buy
this is my
OVO
time.
merch?
Huh?
Do you buy OVO
I
merch?
actually have never bought
like,
OVO.
So
okay.
you're not part of the cult.
I'm not.
You're not part
I
of the
haven't
cult.
bought-
Then
but-
that's how I would
but
define it because
that's the
I
goat.
have a cult.
Okay.
I have a cult.
Yeah,
I know what
cult
it
following
means.
is
I know what
different.
it means. I've gotten
Yeah.
death threats.
Oh,
Wow.
And I've gotten people that have, because I haven't responded to DMs, I've gotten
That's
death
crazy.
threats.
That's
And
crazy.
I've also gotten people that have messaged me,
That's good.
showing me pictures of tattoos.
Damn,
I've
that's
gotten
tight.
I've gotten people that have messaged me talking about, you saved my life with this song because I was going to take X, Y, and Z, and you convinced me not to.
Wow.
And I believe them when they say that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
take that shit lightly. I believe them
Yeah.
when they say that.
Hell
And I'm
yeah.
telling you, for somebody who has a cult and saw what that man X had,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
X
all
had a
he
cult
had
for
to do
sure.
was ask
Yeah.
to break a record.
Yeah.
He never even
Yeah,
crossed
his
his
fans were
mind
tuned in.
to try and be like. You remember when he did that shit about he trolled Drake with his mom, making his mom his profile picture and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
That was the furthest he ever reached to really try and get clout.
I don't know.
And give me an example.
If I die, Drake killed me.
Yeah, he did say
But
that.
but then
That
he
was-
died.
Damn.
Did Drake?
But
I
then
think
he
Drake
died.
killed X. No.
don't
And
wanna
what's
go
the
into that.
conversation
Yeah.
we having about whether or not he would have passed Drake if he was still alive? So I'm not saying anything. Maybe we'll cut this out of the interview. Maybe we won't.
we ain't cutting this
But
out of the
listen,
interview.
No
No.
kizzy.
But all I'm saying
My name is Hector. Hey, I don't know what he was
All
talking
I'm
about in
saying
the
is-
episode.
They got my
and
name
my
and
boy.
social the way I talk about Drake,
all I'm
bro.
saying is, and you have
Shit.
to agree with me. You have to. There's no way you can't. It would have been a Michael Jordan and LeBron James discussion because I think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time and Drake is the greatest of all time.
Okay.
So I
But-
actually,
So
But LeBron creeping up doing the numbers that he's doing. How can we hate?
you know, my take on X was different. Actually, you know what I related X to a lot with how influential he was with that shit. And you might not get it right away, but I do think he was on almost that Tupac kind of
I
shit.
was fucking about to say Biggie, bro.
He's a
I was gonna say
revolutionary.
Biggie.
I think he was on that Pac
I was gonna say
shit,
Biggie
bro.
because
Yeah.
2 albums.
Definitely.
I was gonna say it.
I don't know if he would have passed Drake's numbers selling records wise and streams.
We did already on streams.
Yeah,
But I'm
Well, he
saying
died,
like
though.
I'm saying like all
He died
time,
though.
though.
So you got. and
That's
that-
why
and
we'll
that's
never
another
get
thing.
to know. Like the
Yeah.
point is, if we gave him that time,
I agree.
we could have had that.
But regardless, X was on to something, bro.
Okay,
For
so,
sure,
So,
for
so
sure.
To take y'all on that point, okay, X only had 2 albums and he's doing crazy numbers. That's
Yeah.
like Biggie.
That's like Biggie,
Biggie
yeah.
had 2 albums and did
And-
crazy, and he was legendary. But
Biggie didn't
what
have
do you-
the internet.
That's true.
And see,
True.
to your point, what you're saying is I've had this argument with lots of people saying, you know, they're Biggie fans or they're Tupac fans, and I'm like, you guys are bringing the what if argument. at
Yeah,
this
like
point,
there's
right?
no what if. I need
Like-
to see the stats, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's like the what if moment, right?
Which
'Cause
is
it's
too.
like-
It's yeah.
It's like I agree with you, right? He broke the record before he passed away, but it's just like we'll just never know, right? We're
That's
talking
it.
about
We'll never know.
we're talking
Yeah.
about like
It's a conversation.
yeah,
It's
literally,
fun.
it's a good
it creates a
conversation.
debate, but that's my whole thing where I tell people it's like for me Jay-Z's the best, right? Because you could pull up the statistics. Unfortunately, you can't pull up the statistics.
No, you can't. It's like trying to compare Shaq and Wilt. They didn't play in the
If
same
you pull up the
league. They can put out
statistics,
whatever
it's
numbers they
pretty-
want. They didn't play in the same
Exactly.
league. It's
all
not the same
subjective.
shit.
It's all subjective, you know.
I agree.
What's the stats on Jay-Z being the best? What do you mean?
Bro, he's the best, bro. I don't
statistics?
care what y'all
I mean,
saying.
We talking
How
because
long
money,
has-
money in
15
a
albums.
being
You
a
said
mogul
Jay-Z's
is
the
different.
best.
Yes.
Numbers wise,
Alright,
Drake is
here-
the best.
All right,
No,
so Wiz is my favorite rapper, but when it comes to best artist, like alive, period, it's Jay.
Jay-Z.
So hold on real quick before
14 albums.
either of you say anything. This man's had crazy takes all night, and I gotta just talk to him for a minute.
Wait,
I gotta
Jordan?
I gotta chop with
It's
him for a
usually
minute.
me, bro.
He's had crazy fucking takes tonight, bro.
I love it.
Like
Hey, I
crazy
love
ones. And my question to you, I'm gonna almost answer your question with a question.
Let's do it.
Does being you said Jay's what? Say it one more time, so I'm not missing.
Jay's the best overall artist
The greatest
time.
of all time.
of all time.
And so does the being the greatest overall artist of all time not matter if you don't write your own music?
Drake don't
No,
write his own music.
it doesn't matter if you-
I didn't say he was the greatest overall artist of all time. I said Drake is the greatest rapper of all time.
It doesn't matter. In my personal opinion, it doesn't
You
matter.
don't think it matters if they write their own
I
music?
mean, at the end of the day, bro.
then I think your opinion is valid. Then I think your opinion is valid.
I'm
And I won't argue with that.
Oh shit!
bro, I'm just
Tatum
saying-
goes off for 50.
Oh, he went crazy.
That's something
Celtics
casual
won.
now.
Celtics won though.
That's something
And y'all
casual
won.
now.
And they
Hey
won by
Tatum,
18.
listen. Sorry,
boy breaking records.
Real
They
quick.
won by
I'm excited
Hey,
about
sorry,
that.
off topic real quick, but
I'm
hey,
excited about that.
Tatum,
I'm excited about that.
Tatum, that young
18?
bull, bro.
I
Y'all
know-
Lakers fans
Hey.
must be sick.
I'm
Y'all took
a
Lonzo
Celtics
instead of
fan,
Tatum.
but
We got
free
LeBron
Bradley
James.
Beal. Free
Oh.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, Bradley
cap.
Beal need to go
Free Bradley
somewhere.
Beal,
He
bro,
need to go
please.
somewhere.
He be dropping 50 and they lose by 16.
Bad,
Bro.
He dropped 57 games in a row and,
they
they
just
lose
lost
every
by
one.
18
And
to
they
lost
just
by
lost
18.
18. Well, I gotta see Russ's numbers, but yes,
He
we
only
talk
had
about everything on the
triple-double
show.
with
By the way,
18 points.
oh my
that's it.
god, yeah.
What's
All
it
right,
called?
so ask me anything y'all want to ask me. This is the part where I'm high enough that y'all can ask me anything that I wouldn't want to be asked.
Actually, we have a segment called Rapid Fire Questions.
Ready?
Just 10 questions. We need a timer because we have a little fun on this show. Wolf, you
Sorry
got
to
a
say
timer?
this.
I'm built for
Russ
this.
had 2014.
Okay, 20 and 14. They lost though.
They lost.
All right.
Russ
6 for
had 20 and
18.
14?
20 and 14.
14
Bradley-
rebounds, I assume.
14
I know he
rebounds.
ain't passing the ball like
Nah,
that.
This
What's the
is
time?
5.
I think 10 questions.
cap.
Let's see if we could get it in 30 seconds.
10
And
questions in 30 seconds?
if you don't get it in 30, we got to take a shot.
Go.
What's that noise?
What's that noise?
Jordan, it might be the phone. It is.
Oh, it's the phone.
Oh, it's a phone?
Oh, my bad.
Okay, cool.
It's a 5G.
Don't worry, Matt Johnson is here, everybody. We're all okay. All Bass No Treble is on with us.
Are these yes or no questions?
No.
Or I gotta really like.
No, you gotta really think, so we gotta get this in 30 seconds.
Go
Ready?
ahead.
Okay, wait. Is 32 short or 45?
45, bro.
45. Let's give it a
10
chance.
questions.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
3
yeah.
seconds.
All right, cool.
Go for
45
it.
seconds.
You said
All
all
right.
right.
That's been your best take all night.
All right.
These are
Ready?
random too. I wrote these down before, like literally seconds before you walked in.
All right,
All right, ready?
All right,
We're good?
ready?
Start it.
Go.
Okay, fuck, marry, kill. Rihanna, Beyonce, J-Lo.
Marry Rihanna, kill. Who are the others?
J-Lo and Beyonce.
Oh
Kill
my God.
Beyonce, marry, fuck J Lo.
Favorite rapper of all time.
Andre 3000.
Favorite hip-hop album of all
Like
time.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
Thank you.
One feature you would want to have.
Oh fuck, you got me on this one. Justin Bieber.
Wow.
Fire.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Smoke or drink?
Smoke.
Is In-N-Out
I like this
overrated?
guy.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I
Those
like
fries
this guy.
suck.
Is Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Would you fuck on the first date?
Depends. And that's a fair answer.
Did we make it?
45 seconds.
Wait, let me see it.
45 seconds.
45 on the
45
dot?
what?
45, 21.
I gotta take a
shit.
shot.
21,
Hey,
21,
it's
21. Hey, you did it though, bro. That was good. That was good. Cheers. We all take one.
Oh, that's disgusting. But I love
Brady
it.
is the GOAT.
And honestly, when I say depends,
From Michigan.
yes, I would fuck on the first date, but it like
The energy got to be right. 100%.
It really
it
do.
does,
Yeah.
man. And that's one thing that I've realized since moving to LA is that like you fuck with the wrong person. Like even just on some one night stand shit. It don't even have to be sexual neither, but like if you spend more than 6 hours of your time with somebody, you can be affected by that for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
6 hours. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
That's
That's
like,
good.
but like
I like
that's
that.
that's a real thing though, because
Yeah.
how much when you really kick it and you smoking and whatever, it's like 4 to 6.
Yeah, no cap. Nah, I'm being dead ass because that's
True.
true. That's I'm
That should
taking
be-
notes.
That should be
Facts.
draining me sometimes.
No
and
cap.
I'll be careful about who I spend my time with these days, and even
I think that's
he pushes me to get out of the crib. Luke
Yeah.
pushes me to go out and party and network and
That's
and try
good. You
and
need
get
that
in.
too because you need a balance. Bro, you know Ro's a homebody dog, and I'm always
Do.
like, dog, let's get you out the crib, bro.
We're very much the same. Me and
Yeah,
him.
like so, and he's very thankful for that, and he at least likes the fact that I'm out in the motherfucking streets networking and shit. Because
I was gonna
anytime
say,
I'm in
network is
the
everything,
meeting
bro.
someone music wise, I'm like, oh, bro, I mean, it's my boy, da 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 da. So that's actually been the benefit of having the manager that's
That's in the
in the
streets.
streets.
Definitely.
Streets with a K, bro.
Definitely.
Okay,
Oh, nah,
bro.
but that networking is like very important. That's when I moved to LA. Like I learned that was one of the most important things, bro.
Yeah.
That
Shit.
shit, that your network is your net worth.
Speaking of good things to do, it's time for your segment, Jordan.
It's time for my segment.
It's time for this is new to the All Bass No Treble podcast.
So
Jordan Dante's segment right here. Tell him what we're talking about, Jordan.
should I give him the skin tip or the life tip?
Live.
Give him a
I'm gonna
skin-
give him a life tip.
Give him a life
'cause
tip
It
today,
applies
baby.
to everything, man.
Yeah.
Be consistent, man. Be consistent with everything you do. Your skin, your life, everything, bro. Because when you're consistent, everything comes to you. Like literally, when you really understand yourself and you really put your mind to it, you can get anything. Shit,
That's true.
Look at all of us.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
We all
life
here.
tip and makes you beautiful.
You got a book on the way?
Nah, that's
We
just
gotta
how I
get
live
it
my
right.
life,
You need
brother.
a manager?
Oh shit.
Life tip: don't leave cups on the side of the table.
Life tip.
Be consistent. Push that bitch up.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Be
Never pour too much
consistent.
tequila in my cups.
Be consistent. Finish that shit.
All right, Wolf.
That shit gross.
Wolf, you know what time it is too. What's your it's Wolf's hot take?
It's
this
my
week.
hot takes.
Yeah.
But
What's your hot take?
Jordan took all the hot takes today.
Oh, bro, you better freestyle one, man.
Nah,
Come
I
on.
did have
What I
one.
do?
He had
man?
some
What's your hot
takes
take?
today.
You know, I was thinking about it on the way here, and I think I told you via text that I think this latest J. Cole project is his best album. Best album.
Better than 2014.
Better than 2014.
I can't agree.
I don't know, man.
I can't agree.
Yeah, you said
I like the
that.
last two songs that you put me on.
Which one was it?
First of all,
Close
Jordan
and-
is excluded from this conversation
Why, bro?
because you got haterade in that
I
cup.
don't have
bro.
haterade,
Yes,
bro.
you don't. You
I'm
can't
not-
even listen
it's
to
okay,
that.
I would
bro.
prefer if he went first.
All right, yeah, Jordan.
I would prefer
Jordan,
if he went first.
Jordan, what's your answer?
Do we
to
have a cutoff time on this episode?
No, bro. We just go. I mean, honestly, it's
I would love
yeah.
to go as long as we can get him to keep giving hot takes. So I'm gonna shit on this man right now. Go ahead.
So y'all know I'm not a J. Cole fan like that. But the project is...
Where are you from again?
I'm from Ohio.
All right. No, for some reason, I thought you was from one of the Carolinas, and that shit was gonna get
because he
real
looked
questionable real quick.
Nah,
Go ahead.
Nah, it's not. It's not. I don't like J. Cole. It's just like
And now I
my
understand
style.
why you love
more,
LeBron. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm weak. Nah. So let me explain to you how I look at music. I like lyrics, but I'm more of a beat person. I love 808s.
Okay.
I love instruments. I love hearing that saxophone or that trumpet or what all that. You know what I'm saying? But
Evian
when it
sponsor
comes
us.
when it comes to lyrics, like I'm here for it, but I just got to be in
How
that
are
mood.
you? How
I
is
just gotta be in that
Jay-Z
mood.
the
I was about to
greatest to
say
you
that.
then?
He
How
just-
is Jay-Z the
I grew-
greatest to you
okay,
then?
So I'm a big family dude. So my family is big J fans. So
Got
that's
it.
how,
Okay,
how I got
all
into
That's
it.
what it
I
comes
don't
down
know,
to. 'Cause I was
bro.
about to say.
But Jay is like the GOAT, bro. You feel
But
me?
see, like for me,
Jay is the GOAT, bro.
who Jay-Z?
He is a rapper.
I don't know
Bruh.
about that. I don't know, man.
Bruh, dang, hey, shout out Luke. I'm just
15
saying,
15
like,
albums.
Curator.
Hey,
Jay-Z can't make a Drake record, bro.
Curator.
why
But
does
see,
he?
as-
But they're in different eras. first of all. That's just all right. All right, so that's just
Curator.
that's a curator.
Yeah.
That's a curator.
That boy gets.
But
But
let's
that's what
say
I feel like when I think of Jay-Z being anything other than a rapper. It's just like DJ Khaled. That's
Damn.
What are you gonna
Oh,
put
no.
out a Jay
Cosign?
Electronica
Nah.
project? Well,
Really?
you know what I think of West Side Gun? DJ Khaled.
I mean, I'll give you that.
West
But
Side
fucking
Gun.
West Side
bro.
Gun's cool, but like,
Jay-Z
I mean, I
is a
give you.
rapper, bro.
I mean,
And,
all right,
and one of the greatest, no argument, one of the greatest. But I want to hear how he's an artist.
I don't know. I think the era he started in, you know what I'm saying, and how he still brought it, and he still adapts, bro.
I'm gonna
Like,
back
he's
you
an
up on
adapter.
this.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what
back you
saying?
up on the artist level. He created a sound of a way to rap.
He's New
Being
York.
There's a way to rap. Jay-Z
New
raps
York.
like Jay-Z raps.
Bro, being
So,
a
like,
pioneer is not being an artist.
No. But I'm saying like there is an artistry to the flow he brought to the rap game. Cause he does that nonchalant talk about accolades shit like better than nobody, bro. Like for real, the way he
Nonchalantly moving
floats,
bricks.
the way he floats on records is artistry. It's not just rapping. Like bars is bars, but like
Let's-
that's the only way I can back him up.
I can find a medium here.
I don't agree with him. I'm just
I can
trying
find
to
a
help
medium.
my
I can
boy.
find a medium for all of us.
Yeah,
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah.
The old shit is artistry. The
Okay.
new shit
What's-
is rapping.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that.
Okay.
But I mean,
I
at
can
the end
give
of
you
the day, though, Jay so big. I mean, shit, he just got to hop on the track. He's good.
So back to the hot take about what Wolf's having. The 2014 Forest Hills Drives is an artistry album,
I agree.
and
I agree.
the new one is a rap album.
I think he's trying to do him and everybody else at the same time.
I just think he was mad, and he really did come out cutthroat with
But
bars
see, look,
on that shit, bro.
me,
Like that shit is
like I said, he's trying to do him.
that
and
line where he
everybody
says
else.
But see-
Krispy Kreme dreams. Sometimes I want to
He's trying to do
12,
him
like bro,
and everybody else.
that shit was hard.
But see, look, here's the thing.
that shit is crazy.
I think I told
he is like this
that
nigga.
shit
I told
is
Brandon.
crazy.
Everybody
bro.
asked me. Go ahead.
I told Brandon I was just like the inner high school kid in me that I was in high school. I was listening to underground hip hop. It was all lyrics, right?
I give
it
you
was
that.
the DJ and shit. So like, I think that's what that album brought out in me was just like
Friday
Yeah.
Night Lights vibes.
Yeah,
it
bro.
was just like
Yeah.
he was rapping.
No,
and like
I
I
had the
heard,
mean face for the whole. How many records is on it?
12.
12. My face was like this the whole time.
every time I hear a new
Can
rap
you listen to it
album,
in the gym?
Yes,
You said no.
a few records you can.
You
You can't
told me
listen
no?
to the album at the gym like you listen to albums. But the first one,
told me no.
the first one with Cameron, 95 South.
I
yes.
can't listen to that lift.
Yes,
Nah, I can't
that
listen to
shit
that
is
lift.
getting me.
It's okay.
So I'm ready.
Young Nudie.
I'm ready.
Young Nudie. What do you got? Dr. Evil?
We're not talking about. We're
Fire.
not talking about that right now. We're
Fire.
talking about Wolf's hot take.
But see, look, and that's what I'm. That's
While
what,
you're listening.
while you're listening to
You know how I feel about this conversation?
what?
I'm crying.
Y'all let me know when you're ready to talk real shit.
Oh man, bro, it's not J. Cole's best album.
It's J. Cole's best album.
2014 is definitely the classic. It's El Clasica. It's
Okay.
it's certified one of the best albums.
Another thing, this is gonna be a completely different conversation. How do you classify a classic a fucking day after it comes out?
He said a
You
classic
can't.
Grammy.
You cannot,
Bro, I did that. I did do that, didn't I? Yeah.
A lot of people.
Freddie Gibbs dropped Alfredo, and that was an instant classic.
I love that fucking.
He's gonna put the
instant
mic
classic.
back up.
I fuck with Freddie Gibbs.
All right, let's
I
get
love
AZ's
that.
take
All right,
on
let's
this.
see.
Is,
I love
is,
that
is,
album.
is this J. Cole's best album?
I
in
love
your
the song he did
opinion?
with Freddie Gibbs too.
Best album, not best piece of work.
Okay. What's his best piece of work?
I'd have to think about that for a second, to To be honest with you, if you give me a moment, I'll get back to you on that. But I do think that this is.
You think this is his best complete album?
Studio album, yes.
It's 2014 for me, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I
You
think
wanna
it's
know
2014 too.
Why?
Because those songs are connected to memories. It's nostalgic for you.
The 2014? Oh, 100%. He hit so many
That's
different
why.
realms for me,
Right
bro.
now, you're in a position where
Yeah.
this music shit to you is like it's like sport compared to like.
Well, and the
sentimental.
things he touched on 2014, like the Wet Dreams record and shit like that, like it was very relatable.
I feel like he did it with Cameron too, though. Cameron on the 95 South.
03,
and then,
03 Adolescence,
yeah,
bro. Tale of Two Cities.
What was the other
Apparently, come on, bro. The soul
No
and the
role
pain and
models.
apparently, bro, is crazy.
I mean, I still think, like you said, Artistry 2014, yes. But
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking
But
about all the like the memories from the new album. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's
The 2014 sound for me on that album is the Hillside record that I was telling you is my
Yes,
favorite, bro.
Hillside.
Because that shit is beautiful.
that's just fire.
That shit is
With
beautiful.
Bass. And then
Yeah,
that close,
actually,
he was snapping.
Bass is all over that album, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Close is
You
fire.
put me on,
It's pronounced boss.
boss.
Is it Boss?
Yeah, boss.
There we go.
But yeah, that's the thing for me. It's like
Yeah,
that's why I like
Bossy,
Jay-Z.
yeah.
It's like he snapped, right? He was snapping on this shit. And I feel like that's nowadays you listen to an album and it's just like, oh shit, it got a couple hot records, whatever. Single, where it's like
No, that's a
Babyface Ray.
hip hop album, bro. J. Cole dropped a hip hop album.
I think the best piece of work, just even in terms of a single or song or whatever, was probably the Climb Back.
the Climb Back, the one he dropped like last year. Yeah. That's
I think that was the most from a rapper standpoint. Like not even just
The
like,
Climb Back's on the new album, though,
Yeah.
right?
It's
it's right after
it?
the interlude.
Yeah, it's right after interlude.
Yep.
Track
Yeah.
9, I believe.
Because he dropped that with Lion King on Ice, which Lion King on Ice for me,
Yeah.
that was. But when he dropped them
he
as
dropped
a
those
2-piece.
two. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
and Lion King on Ice is the route I went.
What was the other song?
The Climb Back.
The Climb Back is I think that's probably for me is the declaration. You remember how Kendrick had Control as his declaration?
Yes,
That was J. Cole's.
got you.
Damn.
I like that. I like that take on that.
I'm
That's a
gonna go
good
listen to
take.
it again.
That's a good
That
take.
was mine.
By the way, how many times did I say Drake's name in that little segment?
A lot.
Enough to buy some OVO merch.
Okay.
That's what we gonna have to tell
Hey, you
Raymark
were
about
asking
that.
about
That's
that
a new
code.
thing. I'm having my editor. He gonna have a little Drake meter for my dumb ass. Every time I say that man's name 5 times, I gotta take a shot.
Yeah, when you said that, is there a Drake Cole? We said yeah, but if he doesn't have OVO merch and he's not,
I really don't have OVO merch. The only thing I really fuck with is when he did those Jordan 10s,
When's
the
your
white
birthday?
gold
Those are
ones. Them shits was fire.
When's your
December
birthday?
31st.
Huh?
December 31st.
New Year's
Birthday.
Eve, cap gang,
Got you.
go.
Let me get you an OVO shirt for
You
that.
must just get fucked up every year on your birthday.
Yes.
That's his
December
birthday.
31st.
You wanna know it's the craziest thing? It's the only time dudes buy me drinks.
Interesting.
Bro, like I just walk in the bar, it's my birthday, New Year's Eve, homies just be like, yo, I'm gonna get you a drink.
I'm gonna buy you a
people.
drink.
Random people.
I'll buy you
Oh,
a
you
drink.
better. I pulled up with 1942 on your birthday.
No cap.
I don't take notes, but
He drove all the way to
fucking with
suburbs for my birthday, so
yeah, see, I'm a good fucking friend,
Good
bro.
friend, man.
Holy shit. Shout out me.
No cap.
Shout out me. Real quick. We gotta shout out yourself sometimes, you know?
Shut up,
I do
being
every
humble.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? That was part 1 of this week's episode of All Bass No Trouble. We had way too good of a conversation to not stop, so we had to keep it going. So that is part 1, and you guys are gonna tune into part 2 next week. Thank you. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this week's episode of All Bass No Treble. If you could please subscribe and like, and also get the notification button smashed for us, that would mean the world to us. If you'd like to keep up with myself, my co-host, or our special guest this week, all of our social medias and info is right below. And if you would like to listen, tune into Apple Podcasts or Spotify, as you can hear us on there as well. Again, thank you so much for tuning in this week, and I will see you on the next episode.